Hello and welcome back to another Talking Freight, brought to you by Sarasys, the transportation management company. Last week, we went over why final mile logistics is on the rise and why the mode is currently causing confusion with shippers. Today, we'll address trends that illuminate the drivers of the mode's increase in use. Shippers face many challenges in successfully delivering products to end users, and final mile logistics will be a core focus of change in the coming months. Consumer demands and expectations are rising, and up to 25% of consumers are willing to pay extra for same-day delivery. Also, same-day delivery will reach a 25% market share by 2025. By 2018 alone, same-day delivery and final mile logistics were valued at more than $1.3 billion. E-commerce is the driving force behind the sudden uptick in final mile logistics, and e-commerce topped $2.4 trillion globally in 2018 as well. To gain a competitive advantage in final mile logistics, shippers need to understand the top 7 trends in final mile logistics. So let's talk final mile trends. First trend, final mile logistics gets faster fulfillment. Fulfillment timetables are changing. Consumers want faster fulfillment, and shippers need to move more product at a faster pace. Shipments that previously required 1 hour to process are now being forced into 3-minute intervals, if not faster. Consequently, final mile logistics is finally in a position to become part of this push toward faster fulfillment. Among millennials, consumers are willing to pay a premium, up to 30% more, for same-day delivery, with an overwhelming majority willing to pay extra for guaranteed delivery. Paired with the sudden spike in parcel delivery volumes, final mile delivery will continue to grow 10% annually. Number 2, supply chain disruptors impact final mile logistics. Supply chain disruptors, such as venture capitalist startups previously discussed in the Uberization of trucking video, are also impacting final mile logistics. Up to 84% of global freight spend on trucking costs, including fuel, labor, technology, and asset tracking, amounting to more than $800 billion in the industry. Amazon is already well on its way to creating and managing its own final mile network, insourcing more and more logistics as the days go by. Unfortunately, the tech landscape is riddled with cases of supply chain disruptors failing, but the trend is clear and shows little indication of regression. Number 3, shippers turn to smart tech for tracking. The use of Uber-like apps implies another impact and trend in final mile logistics: the use of smart technology for tracking purposes. Through the Internet of Things, or the IoT, smart technology sensors can successfully track shipments in real time. Consumers and shippers can both receive SMS alerts, email notifications, and even Google notifications for every movement a shipment makes. Combined with the upcoming ELD mandate being fully in place and drivers finally hitting that mandate, the use of smart tech to track final mile logistics will grow. Number 4, analytics will drive final mile logistics costs down. The amount of information coming from automated systems and smart technology can have another purpose when applied through analytics. Analytics allow supply chain entities to isolate the cost-impacting factors across all shipments. Although subtle changes may not have a major impact on initial costs, data analytics provide a means of pushing costs to infinitesimal limits. As a result, the overall cost of final mile delivery can be pushed further down, encouraging more consumers to use same-day delivery and faster delivery options. Number 4, insourcing reaches into final mile logistics. Outsourcing seems to be the topic of the year, especially among companies providing third-party logistics services. However, the sudden spike in final mile delivery encourages more shippers to begin insourcing final mile deliveries. In other words, shippers are using their trucks to reach their immediate local consumers. Yet 90% of shippers have fewer than 6 trucks, so outsourcing may be necessary for increasing shippers' final mile delivery options. Number 6, autonomous vehicles and drones and trucks and robotic delivery grow more important. AVs and ATs, otherwise known as self-driving vehicles or trucks, will impact final mile logistics as well. Self-driving vehicles, drones, and robots will become key to increasing final mile delivery options while maintaining high reliability and same-day delivery in both rural and urban areas. However, existing regulations around the trucking industry are not likely to enable wide-scale implementation of driverless delivery options within the next 2 years or, frankly, anytime soon. And finally, number 7, drivers become merchants. Shippers need to find ways to reach more shoppers and convert them into consumers. While up to 65% of all purchases use the internet for research purposes before making a purchase, putting information and product in front of consumers remains the strongest way to encourage this conversion. In conjunction with faster, better technology, including driverless trucks, the role of the driver will evolve. Drivers will become merchants selling items from trucks, but there are several challenges shippers face in accessing this new resource. These include the following. Who assumes the burden of risk for merchandise that has not been paid for? What happens if consumers wish to return merchandise purchased from drivers? How will drivers process payments and handle their accounting? Will there be a charge per transaction to the original shipper? And interstate or international shipping regulations? Who will be listed as the official owner of merchandise being sold by drivers? In conclusion, the final mile logistics revolution is coming. Will you be prepared? Exciting things are happening in final mile logistics, and the level of technology leveraged to push the frontiers of final mile delivery and same-day delivery is growing in complexity and scope. Shippers must take note of the trend in final mile logistics today, or they face losing their competitive advantage, especially with e-commerce giants like Amazon, Walmart, and Target moving toward instant delivery as part of final mile logistics. How will your organization prepare to handle the growing complexity of the rising demand for more final mile logistics deliveries by consumers? Let us know in the comments below. That's it for this week's Talking Freight. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Hold up, before you go, check out all the videos in our TMS series by clicking here, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking here, and check out Cerasis.com by clicking right above my head.